Good morning and welcome to Sunday morning meditation. Whether you're here in person or online, double welcome. So I invite you to just plant your feet firmly wherever you are. Have your back erect but relaxed. And then just find an object of attention, a mantra, the sounds around you, and always the go-to, the breath. We'll meditate for 20 minutes. Thank you for sharing your practice. You and your practice are a gift to this community and to the world. Service begins in 10 minutes.
Jeremy Lieber, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I can feel the energy in the room. Come on in the lobby. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. The weather is incredible, isn't it? My little love the sun person is just eating it up. So welcome. I'm Reverend Deanne Morency. I'm the senior minister here at Unity in Marin, and it is my joy to be here with you today. If you're new to Unity, or even if you're not, if you are, if you've been coming here a long time, one of the things that we always invite everyone to do is to continually reinvent the practice. And part of that practice is, number one, just showing up. So yay, right? Yay, you did that piece. There are a lot of people who are watching at home. Either they're watching at home right now, or they're watching at home throughout the week. We have more people who watch us on the live stream than attend in person. So we're all going to turn around right now, and we're going to say hello to all those fabulous people who are watching us whenever they're watching us on the live stream. We are a community that actually lives into this idea that time and space doesn't constrain us. So we're a community anchored in love. And I don't know about you, but with everything going on in the world right now, I need to remember that. Amen. I need to come together in sacred Sangha and remind myself that I am, number one, never alone, right? I am never alone in that yearning that I have for more love, for more peace, for more grace. And that we come together as community to anchor that for each other, for ourselves, and for the world. And it's a big lift right now, yeah? Yes. So that's part of our gift. Unity is focused so clearly on positive, practical application of our spiritual principles in time and in space. Not just when I'm sitting on my cushion, which feels really good, but when I'm actually in the world. How am I called to show up? How am I called to be a loving presence in a world that sometimes feels like it doesn't actually want a loving presence in the world? And that's just an idea. It's not real. So we come together to remind ourselves of truth, to remind ourselves of who we all actually are, and most importantly, just how powerful we actually are. That we are not a victim of the circumstances that are swirling around us, that we have a voice, we have capacities, and we have abilities. So because we want to sort of start ourselves from a grounded place, I'm going to invite our soul sisters to come on up, and they're going to guide us in an opening song. And I invite you to just use the song, use this understanding of that there's more than enough right here, there's more than enough in this community, and there is more than enough for the entire world.
Please join us. In this very room, there's quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For spirit, sweet spirit, spirit is in this very room. And in this very room, there's quite enough love for all of us. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all of us. is in this very room. In this very room, there's quite enough love for all the world. And in this very room, there's quite enough joy for all the world. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, Spirit is in this very room.
So as we enter the prayer field, and I light this candle, it's a candle for peace. It's a candle for this country. And you think it's not on purpose that it's having problems being lit? How about I try another tactic? Do you think this is a lesson? Don't keep doing the same thing. So that light that we're lighting is the reflection of the light that we all are. It's a reflection of what is possible when we say yes. When we say yes to our voice, when we say yes to our love, when we say yes to our care. So I invite us all to just breathe into the light that's always available, always accessible. I'm going to invite the prayer chaplains to rise and Kathleen O'D to come forward with the prayer box. And the prayer chaplains are going to be encircling us and holding us in a field of love and light. And if you feel so called in consciousness to join them, please feel free. And just know, if you're watching on the live stream, that you are held with us right now. Because we're talking about a room in consciousness. So we breathe into that space, that place that is light. The light of possibility, the light of peace, the light of infinite potential, the light of a vision of a world that truly works for everyone. The win-win for all of us. And as we open our hearts and we quiet our mind and we recognize the light that we are, I just invite us all to connect into the light of the people who are all around you. To feel that heart-to-heart connection, to feel this powerful network of light beings that are in agreement, that love is, abundance is, clarity is, peace is. And as we build this container together consciously, I invite you right now to place within this container anything you're carrying in your heart, any situation or people, persons. I invite you to speak this into the space if you feel so moved. We place the Middle East. We place all who have lost a loved one to violence. We place our service individuals who are on transport ships at this moment. And I invite us to also hold our leaders in love, our leaders in their true nature. And just welcoming this opportunity to anchor an alternate option, a way of being and moving in the world that is anchored in abundance, that is anchored in wholeness. I invite us all to see health and vitality in individuals, in nations, in this planet, this dear, dear Mother Earth. I invite us to feel the strength of the ancestors, the plants, the minerals, and to just feel the life that is palpably present always. I see it nourishing and revitalizing each one of us, calling us forth so that we are able to choose to live into the fullness of who we have come here to be. How grateful I am for this opportunity to stand in solidarity, to unite in conscious agreement, and to know that in this process, a way is made right now. There is an opening of peace. There is a spaciousness of a different choice. How grateful I am for each person here, for all who are in alignment around this planet, the billions that are anchoring peace right now. And gratitude for this and so much more. Beyond words, I am so grateful for this opportunity to be still and know the I am that I am, the I am that you are, and the I am that we all are. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Thank you all. You may be seated. It's our season of Lent, and we have Lent booklets in the back, and Unity holds Lent not as a way to sort of beat yourself up. We hold Lent as an opportunity to bring consciousness to the idea of reimagining and releasing. And so Carolyn Gauthier is going to be our inspirational reader today.
Inspirational reading is from this booklet mentioned, and you can find it in the back. I invite you now to let these words become part of your morning reflection, meditation, or prayer. In this moment, you're invited to take a deep breath and to pause. Close your eyes if you wish, and let these words become your own. The affirmation for today is, I release doubt. There are moments when doubt creeps in quietly, through questions we can't answer, paths we can't yet see, or the ache of unspoken and unlived prayers. Doubt can feel like fog, soft at first, then all-consuming. It makes us question not only the way forward, but our own strength, our belonging, our connection to spirit. We think if we hold on to doubt, we're staying safe. We're staying realistic. We won't be caught off guard or disappointed again. But in truth, doubt weighs more than trust ever will. It keeps us circling the same fear, the same what-ifs, the same worry that we are somehow not enough. To release doubt is to release the illusion of separation. It is to breathe deeper, to remember what is unshakable within us. Releasing doubt doesn't require proof. It simply requires willingness, the smallest opening through which the light can return. As we release doubt, we begin to hear again the whisper of spirit saying, you are not alone. You are not lost. I am here. Once again, the affirmation today is, on this day of Lent, I release doubt. Please know this with me. On this
morning, everyone. I'm Jeannie Skybrook, and it's so great to be here. I love looking out at your beautiful faces. You're so lovely. What a great community we have. You know, we all got together and created a vision, a mission, and core values, which are lovely. And, you know, I want to memorize these because, especially the mission, somebody says, you know, what is your church all about? I never heard of unity. Well, you just spit it right out. So let that be our mission, to memorize our mission. Okay? Please say these with me. The vision. A world spiritually awakened and transformed through realizing our divine potential. And our mission. We are a loving community dedicated to spiritual growth, inclusivity, and service. We honor and care for ourselves, each other, and the natural world. And our core values: connectivity, living in awareness of unity with all; inclusivity, cultivating a safe space to celebrate diversity and value the uniqueness of every person; authenticity, being true to ourselves, our values, and spirit. And we are all part of the welcome team, aren't we? Every one of us. Even if this is your first time here, we are so glad to have you. And you can be part of the welcome team too. It's okay to talk to anybody here. And we'll be out in the courtyard after service, so please say hello to someone. And there's many ways for us to be connected, and I just think, you know, connectivity is one of our core values, and I love this idea of being connected to everyone, because when you think that you are connected, it changes how you view other people. And I was just reminded of my friend who was in Abu Dhabi, and the bombs were falling, and he could hear them. And he said, I just crawled under the covers like a 5-year-old, you know? And he was in the hotel, and all the people in the hotel then eventually just merged together and supported each other. And we're all connected, and I thought that is such a beautiful example of how we connect with each other. Wherever we are, whatever situation we're in, we can connect with others. So take that with you wherever you go. We have flower sponsors, and today, I've been a little sad about this one. Unity in Marin is a flower sponsor celebrating. Don Davy and Nancy Foster's moved to Sebastopol. Now, I'm happy for you because you're doing what you want, but I'm not happy that you're going so far away. Hey, when it's from like 2 blocks over there to all the way up to Sebastopol, it feels far. We will. Okay, everybody that's going to go up and visit Don and Nancy, raise your hand. Look around you. Oh, roses. They have roses. It's a rose farm. We like that. So if you would like to sponsor hospitality or the flowers, you may see Charcel out in the breezeway. And we also have an artist or collector of the week that we don't seem to have one today.
No, but I'm going to make an announcement like in the next week or two when I get the technological stuff set up.
Okay, more to come. But I know there is going to be a collector next month.
More than one.
Ooh, more than one. And so that will be a surprise and entertaining.
Oh, and say this to the loudspeaker. Next week is Pablo Bellaro, who was our architect.
Next week, Pablo Bellaro.
See before and after pictures of the sanctuary.
Pablo Bellaro, who is our architect when we received this building, he's going to have before and after pictures. That will be lovely to see. Okay, and we have a sacred service spotlight, Deanne.
So every week, we don't operate without people being in service. And so every week we like to lift up those who have said yes. So this week, our prayer chaplains were away last weekend, and we missed them, but the Emeriti did an incredible job. But I would love our prayer chaplain circle for 2026 to please stand up so that we can give you some love and thank you for all you do. Please stand up. For anchoring that prayer consciousness. So important. It really does take a village. If you're interested in serving, if you're interested in membership, serving is one of the prerequisites for becoming a member. We have a fabulous opportunity to serve. Easter is going to be here in 2 weeks, which is crazy. But we have a beautiful flower ritual that we do. And so to prepare for the flower ritual, on Saturday, the day before Easter, we need volunteers who will help make the little bouquets that we use in the process. And you do not need to know anything about making bouquets or flower arrangements or anything. I am a complete loser at I could never do that. But I can make those little bouquets. So don't let that feel like that's something you should be intimidated by. It's a great way to come and connect. We actually have a good time, and there's pizza, right? That always makes everybody happy. And no matter how old we get, pizza, and everybody gets excited, right? It's one of those things. So we have a fabulous guest vocalist with us today. Bejan, she sent me her bio, so I'm going to read little pieces of it. So she's Northern California based, and she is known for her vocal expression, passion, and versatility. She is contemporary, inspirational, and moving. And she is focused on sharing all of her music right now with different communities here. So we are so blessed to have her with us today. So if we could please give her a warm welcome.
Good morning. Whenever I'm hurt in my heart, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know where to turn, I ask, what would love do? Whenever I don't know what to say, I ask, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? Anytime that I'm stuck in my pain, I ask, what would love do? Anytime that I feel ashamed, I ask, what would love do? Anytime I can't find the truth, I ask, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? Love has all the answers. Love makes no demands. Love will lead me to the truth and help me to understand that life is all about love. When I have something to say, I ask, what would love do? When it's time that I don't feel my face, I ask, what would love do? When it seems I can't face another day, I ask, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? Yes. Love has about love. When I have something hard to say, I ask, what would love do? When I feel that I'm limited, I say, what would love do? I have to look into my soul and ask, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? Yeah. Tell me, what would love do? Tell me, what would love do? What would love do?
Hey, Jean, everybody. I'm going to tuck the mic back here so it's not. Oh, okay. That was a nice reminder, wasn't it? You know, sometimes we complicate things. We make it so friggin' complicated. And what if we just ask, what would love do right now? Really? Can we just make space for that? So it's our year of empowerment. Anybody in here feeling empowered yet? Right? We're working it, right? This unapologetic manifestation that we're working it to step into a place of greater empowerment. And we're in week 5 of the book study, and this one is Share the Journey. Right? Share the journey. And there's a lot of pieces that kind of come up around this. So first off, you know, we're talking about living into an abundant, prosperous consciousness that is not just about money. Money is like the smallest piece, right? We're talking about living fully into the truth of who we are, sharing our gifts, our talents that are ours to share, being grounded and anchored in a purpose that is in service to the world. Because when we're in service to the world, we're still in service to ourselves. Can you feel the truth of that? So, sharing the journey is this idea about inviting collaboration, inviting new perspectives, creating space for unexpected support, right? For unexpected information or resources or ideas to begin to show up. Because as safe as it might feel to work silently and solo and all alone, how many in here have that little pet project? That little thing that's near and dear? Yeah, I see some hands coming up, right? And we keep it close, right? But it's not enough. We have to bring it out into the world. And in the process of bringing it out into the world, are we going to be vulnerable? Yeah, we are. But in that process, it is our vulnerability that actually creates true connection, right? We want to connect with people, and it requires that we open our heart. It requires that we actually don't pretend that we're something that we are not. And so all of that, like, interaction is what actually creates the most brilliant of ideas. Because what collaboration invites is a way for us to become clear. Y'all know what it's like to just talk to your own head, right? You talk to yourself. How many people, come on, folks, raise your hands, right? We all talk to ourselves. We have these little inner conversations going on, and we're talking to ourselves. How often does that actually lead to clarity? Really? Most of the time, it just means we're spinning in a place and spinning in place. Collaboration is where we actually can engage in a process that invites us into a deeper sense of clarity. Because we have to be willing, especially in this day of social media, we have to be willing to not make it about, I need everybody to think I have it all together. I need everybody to think that I've got it all figured out. I need to just be the person who looks as if everything is going swimmingly, even when it may not be. Is anybody's life like going swimmingly in every area of their life right now? Because if you are, I'm going to bow down to you, right? That there are always challenges that are arising. And yet we're so afraid to share that. And yet it's in the sharing of that healing is possible, transformation is possible, expansion is possible. And it's a way for us to be able to engage with those feelings of loss and not enough and doubt, as was our release for Lent. It's a way for us to navigate those emotions by not ignoring them, but by bringing them into a safe space, and we're going to talk about that, where they can be transformed into greater possibility. It's what the prayer chaplains do all the time. People come with a limited understanding of where they are, and they feel tight and they feel small. And the prayer chaplains meet that with affirmative prayer, which says, oh, honey, there's so much more available for you right now. There's so much more that you could be, that you could do, that you could stand as. It's about creating a sense of possibility for all of us. And so part of what it does when we step into collaboration, and this is why we don't want to do it. Let me be very clear, right? Why we want to stay in our own head and with our own story and stay in our limited understanding is because it asks us to then really deeply explore our intentions. When you're sharing with people, whatever your vision might be, and they're meeting you, and not always meeting you with, yeah, go girl, right? Let's be real, right? They're meeting you with their questions. They're meeting you with their concerns because they love you. Not because people are bad or hard, just because they love you. I mean, I remember when I decided I wanted to be a theater major, I thought my parents were going to have a heart attack, right? And it was because they loved me. It wasn't coming from a place of negativity. It was coming from a place of love. Are you sure you really want to do that? Are you sure that's the best choice for what you want to be doing in the world? So when we're sharing our vision, we really get to keep asking ourselves, what do I truly desire? Why do I desire it? What is my motivation? So Ken in the book shares how when he was becoming an actor, for him, what he realized was the underlying motivation was he wanted to be loved. He wanted to be seen, right? For me, wanting to become an actor was about telling story in a way that would change the world. That, for me, was why theater drew me in, to tell stories of voices that aren't heard, to be able to touch people in their hearts. Now, it took me a while to really get that was what I actually desired. That was the actual motivation. Once I understood the motivation, I became a minister. No, but it's true. Like, once I understood the motivation, I realized, oh, I don't have to limit myself to just this path. It's the motivation is available to me. So I can tell stories, and I can make a difference, and I can be impactful, but it doesn't have to look the way I thought it had to look. So when we're engaging and collaborating with people who are questioning us, maybe challenging us, maybe 100% supporting us, right? We want all of that. It enables us to look underneath. Because when we are able to identify what the actual motivation is, I got to tell you, it's so freeing. Because all of a sudden you're not stuck on this one track. All of a sudden, you have all these potential places, opportunities, where you get to live into who you actually are. I've shared with you one of my friends who I went through prac training with at Agape. She was a trader on the stock market floor, right? All that screaming, all that yelling, all that, right? That was her world. And her mission was to bring practitioner love consciousness to the floor of the stock exchange. Right? But that was her mission. That's what she was doing, right? So even, she wasn't a stock market person because she wanted to trade stocks. She was there because she understood that our economy and our currency and the way we hold abundance needed to be changed. And she felt like she had the tools to be an agent for change. So we're looking for, when we step into collaboration, what we're looking for is an engagement, which then opens us up to adaptation. We're shifting our little idea, and we're allowing ourselves to take in other people's ideas. And then from there, we get to expand into what it is that our vision actually is. So we call this iterative innovation. Everybody say that, because it's weird. Iterative innovation. And iterative just meaning it keeps happening again and 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 again, right? So you start off with something, an idea, a dream, right, that you have, and it feels whole. I'm going to be a Tony Award-winning actor, all right? And then you have the exposure, and you're sharing it, and you're in it, and you're being invited into new perspectives and fresh insight, and you're getting feedback, and it's stretching the way you understand yourself and what it is that you thought you wanted. And then that invites you for a resynthesis, where you get to refine something and expand something. You get to make it stronger. You get to make it more aligned, not with your idea of how it's supposed to look, but you get to align more with your truest, deepest potential. So that's where a pivot might happen, like for me. I mean, people used to say to me, how did you go from being an actor to being a minister? And I would look at them and be like, well, it's so obvious to me. I'm not confused by it. Made total sense to me, right? Because I don't feel like it was some weird, 180-degree turn. It felt like it was a shift, just a slight realignment. So part of this, we've talked about this before, and I want to just kind of line it up, because we have talked about Hegel's dialectic, right? Which is thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, which is, it's the same thing, right? They're rooted in the same thing. And if you remember the pictures, I brought it in because I want everyone to remember we've talked about this. Thesis is what gives rise to a new idea. The antithesis is the contradiction or the countering of that idea. And then the synthesis is how you resolve the tension, right? The tension, the seeming conflict, right? The internal contradictions. How many people in here have internal contradictions? Okay, so this is the process that we're trying to resolve. And from that synthesis, that becomes the new thesis, which then also has a new antithesis, right? It's a continual process. So we start off like we're the little yellow ball, and then we interact with the blue ball, who's saying, are you sure, really, right? And then we end up being the green ball. But then the green ball becomes the thesis, and we continue interacting, and that creates a red ball. Yeah? Are we all with me? Sometimes my stuff is wacky, right? We're all red balls now, okay? So I want to ask you these questions, because this is where collaboration is so important. It's like, what aspect of your life or of the world is asking you to stand in greater insight? Because collaboration, the colliding of ideas, is where that greater insight is going to arise. What contradictions are you invited to reconcile in your own understanding? What is it that you're being invited to integrate in a new way? And then how can differing perspectives offer greater insight rather than opposition? And can you feel the power that's available to you if you don't think about the antithesis as opposition, but you think of it as a growth opportunity? Because we're talking about collaboration, not competition, right? We're talking about removing ourselves from a scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset is what this world operates in right now. right? And it's this idea that if one person has to win, it means the other person has to lose. And what it's done to our world is that we see resources as finite, as scarce. We see money as scarce. We see love as scarce, right? It's destroying our planet. Like literally destroying our planet, not to mention all the people we're killing. All the people who are suffering because we think that I have to win, which means you are SOL, right? Because no, it's my survival. That is the priority. So instead, we're being invited to this idea of a win-win, right? Where we're moving beyond competition. We're even moving beyond compromise. Compromise may be part of it, but we're moving into a place that's about creativity. It's about abundance. So rather than seeing the pie as being really like, oh, we only have 8 slices, so I'm going to take 6 and you get 2, because that makes me feel safer. Instead, how about we ask, how can we make a bigger pie together? How can we make those 8 slices 24 slices? Right? So it's collaboration invites us to take our problems and our challenges and actually make them opportunities for innovation. So this week, I've been sort of picking and choosing from the practices that are in the book. There's a lot in the book, right? But I really think this one in particular really spoke to me last night as I was finalizing my talk. So Ken talks about the 3 vaults. I've always held them as, I call them spheres of influence. How close are people to your heart, right? And he breaks it down into 3 different vaults. And the first vault is very head-oriented, and it is where you're socially polite. It's surface-level conversation that could happen in an elevator. And it might sound something like, the weather is so lovely today. I think I'll have lunch outside, right? That's the first vault. Can you feel sort of how far away from the heart space that is, right? From your authentic self that it is. His next vault is heart-based, and I find this one fascinating because this is what our culture, especially youth, are living in the second vault. And the second vault is the stories we share about our lives, feelings, and experiences, but they're crafted to leave a certain impression, to present ourselves in a specific light. That is social media. That is what is happening in social media, that people are crafting an image that they are projecting about what their life is. They are sharing from the heart, though. And that's something for us to keep in mind if we're judging them, is that it's a way, they are truly trying to connect. So it might look something like, I took my family out for a picnic in the park this weekend, and the weather was so nice, and the kids had been stuck inside on their devices, and I thought we could all use some fresh air, and it really made us feel more connected. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but you're also saying, look what a fabulous parent I am. I saw that my kids, and we don't want our children on devices for too long because that's a no-no. And look what I did. I took them out to the park and we all felt more connected. Can everybody pat me on the back, please? Because I am an awesome parent. That's the second vault. The third vault is the real vault. Right? And this is like the gut. This is like the intuition. This is every part of us, right? This is our most authentic being. And it's vulnerable, and it's an authentic sharing of feelings and experiences in the moment, and we're not censoring them. I couldn't bring myself to go outside this weekend, even though the weather was perfect. I felt stuck and exhausted. Honestly, I wanted to crawl into bed and cry. But instead, I binge-watched Netflix all day. And today, I feel better, maybe because I'm here with you, and this feels like a safe space. Now, can we feel how much more authentic that is? In our teaching, we never dismiss the emotional experience we might be having. What we invite people into is to not fall into it, to not make it the total sum of who we think we are. So what that statement does is acknowledge being in a hard place, acknowledge having a strategy to navigate it. How many people in here have binge-watched Netflix all day because it just helps you in some way? All right? I'm into these Asian historical dramas now. There's like 40 episodes in one season. So you can just, and it's great because it's all in Korean or Mandarin, so I can't do anything else. I can't be on my phone. I can't do anything else but watch that TV because I have to follow the subtitles. Right? It's actually incredibly healing. Chris, my wife, they all start off very slow. If you decide you want to watch them, like the first 5 episodes, Chris is always like, why are you watching this? Oh my God, it's so slow. And then by the time we get to like episode 12, she's like, what's happening? What's going on? Oh my God, what? He did what? But see, that's a place of connection. I'm sharing authentically where I actually am, the tools I use, right? I'm not trying to pretend that I have it all together, because, I don't. So what I want to invite you into for this week is to do your own 3-vault inventory. Can you identify the relationships in your 3 vaults, right? Where do people live? How do you interact with the people in your world? Are the bulk of the people in your world in that first vault? Maybe they are. Are the bulk maybe in the second vault, where you can share, but you can't truly be 100% honest, right? And how many are actually in the 3rd vault? And do you hold back from sharing from the 3rd vault? Where's your own resistance in that? Where is it that you're keeping yourself safe? And what would it be? What would it take to create more relationships in the 3rd vault? I mean, honestly, I believe that that's part of our mission at Unity in Marin, is to create opportunities for people to build more relationships in the 3rd vault. That we come together in our small groups, we come together in our book studies, we come together in our classes, we come together as ushers and prayer chaplains, and we say, oh, okay, I'm going to actually really open up here, because we know it's a safe space. We're consciously creating safe space for that 3rd vault to be able to exist in our world. And it's in that 3rd vault that true collaboration can actually happen. True collaboration and expansion and engagement happens from that most authentic, centered place. So this week, find somebody to share with from the 3rd vault. Right? Welcome some new perspectives on the thing that you're holding near and dear. Now be discerning, right? We can be discerning. If you know that you don't want to show up in the 3rd vault and someone else is in the 1st vault. Right? And you don't want to show up in the 3rd vault and someone else is in the 2nd vault, because they're just going to be worried about how it all looks. They're going to be worried about what the neighbors might. I mean, my parents were more concerned about what the Jewish temple was going to think about my being an actor, I think, than anything else, right? What kind of judgments were going to be made about them as parents that I wasn't a doctor or a lawyer? Because, we were Jewish. Those are your options. My brother became the lawyer. He took the heat off of me. So you want to be discerning, but it's also possible to take a 1st vault relationship and make it a 3rd vault relationship. But you have to be willing to be courageous. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. And if they meet you, awesome. And if they don't meet you, it's okay. We need relationships that are in all these spheres, right? So it's okay if someone is only able to meet you here, but just notice it. Don't judge them, don't make them wrong, but just be aware. Because what we want to have cultivating with our vision, with our dreams, as we're talking about manifestation, is that third vault. Because that's where people are supportive and challenging. That's the environment we want to be in. Supportive and challenging. We don't want just people going, oh my God, you're brilliant, that's fabulous, woohoo, you're amazing. That may feel good, but it's not about our growth and expansion. We want people who say, oh my God, you're amazing, that's brilliant. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? What about this? Right? And that's who we want to be. So notice too, when people come to you with third vault connection, how do you respond? Do you slip into first vault? Oh, I don't want to, I'm going to just keep this person over here, right? Because it's safer. This is an opportunity. In order for us to truly manifest the world we want to live in, we have to be brave. We have to be courageous. We have to be audacious. But I want everyone to just look around, because everyone in here is going to be willing to engage in the process of creating third vault relationships. So you're not alone. Now, it may be messy, right? But we're all in this together. And that's the part about sharing your journey that is so important. Do not keep your most cherished vision secret. You know, they used to say that unity is the best kept secret, and I used to always be so annoyed by that. I was like, why are we a secret? Why are we saying yes to that? We don't want to be a secret. We want to be impactful. Your vision is not meant to be a secret. Your vision, your purpose, you are meant to be impactful. But in order for that to happen, you actually have to be willing to bring it into the world. Into the world. So let's take that into our time of meditation. As we just kind of breathe into everything that might have been stirred up. I know there's probably people and situations sort of flipping through your consciousness right now. And so we're just going to quiet the mind a little. We're going to open that heart up. And I'm going to invite you to Ken may call them vaults, but I'm going to call them gateways, because I want there to be movement. I want there to be flow. Not that you're shut down or closed off. And so just seeing that pathway to your most authentic self. First vault, that politeness. Second vault, I'm concerned about how they might judge me, so I'm going to present myself in a certain way. And that third vault, where we get to just be. Just feel the release, the relief, the ease in just being. And so as we rest here, in that space, just honoring any of the names or the people or the situations that might arise. Just setting an intention. Setting an intention for that most authentic self, the dream, the purpose that no one else can make manifest but you. The dream, the collective dream that we have of a world transformed because people are spiritually awakened. How are we called to move into this? How are we each called to share our journey? And that we're willing to engage, adapt, and evolve. Expansion. So let's rest here for a few minutes in the silence as we listen to the wisdom that we are. And so as we listen to the bird song, the birds singing to each other, singing to us, just sharing their voice, sharing their joy, just invite you to see yourself embodying that capacity, singing your song, the song that is yours to sing, and knowing that it is in harmony with everybody else's song. The freer we are, the easier it is to harmonize. And that together we're creating this opportunity for true, lasting, empowered transformation. So I see us all blessed as we step forward this week, standing in our capacity for unapologetic manifestation as we are willing to collaborate, as we are willing to engage, adapt, and expand. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. So our affirmation for today, I'll say it first and then I'll invite you to say it with me. I courageously engage with new ideas, resources, and collaborators, welcoming greater clarity, innovation, and expansion. Can we know this together, please? I courageously engage with new ideas, resources, and collaborators, welcoming greater clarity, innovation, and expansion. And so it is. Ashe. Oop. I'm going to invite Bejan to come on up.
Others' lies. See only what you want to see. Just duplicate this simple truth and have the courage to be free. can fly, you can fly, yeah, you can fly, yeah. Oh, yeah. Open your eyes, you can fly. Open your eyes, you can fly. You can fly. You can fly. Oh, yeah.
That was awesome, yes. We are so glad to have you here today, Bejan. 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 It's French. Because I went to Paris last year. And maybe I'll go again before I die. Dan, that was great. I love your talks always, but I love the vaults, But, that number one vault being in the elevator, I think that if you actually do your number one talking in the elevator, that you should pat yourself on the back for not just being there silent and staring at the wall. That's what I think. So, there's no discussion circle today because what is happening? Our annual meeting, yay! It's one time that we all get together, all the members get to vote, and all the non-members get to come and not vote. So you might like to become a member, and then you get to vote too, because you know how important it is to vote, right? So anyway, the membership meeting is at noon, so you have time to go out into the courtyard. Is that next coming up? Anyway, you'll have time to go, visit, eat, and then come in for our meeting. And it is now our giving and receiving time, which is a very exciting time because, as you give, so shall you receive. There are many ways to give. And this is a time for your spiritual connection card that's with your bulletin, and I left my bulletin down there, but there is that piece at the end that you can tear off, fill it out, and put it in the basket when it comes around. And Reverend Deanne reads all these, so anything that you have to say, and if you have would like a prayer, put that on there. And now I think that Deanne wants to talk a little bit.
So for all of you who stay for the
Offering, we have a surprise for you today. So once a year, we do a reverse tithe, right? We here at Unity in Marin practice the gift of tithing, the understanding of tithing, that as we give, so shall we receive. So we receive from our community all the time. And so this is the time that we give back. And so it is the year of the fire horse, as I have shared before. And it is, about passion and enthusiasm. It's about dynamism and, oh, look at that, innovation. It's about brightness and clarity, and it's about assertiveness and leadership. Are we all being called to step into the year of the horse? Yes. Yes, not just in our own personal lives, but here at Unity in Marin, and also for the larger world. So what's going to happen is there are little Year of the Horse, red, celebratory New Year, Lunar New Year envelopes in the tithing baskets. As they come through, you can put into the offering basket whatever you would like to put in, including your spiritual connection card, and you can take out one of the red envelopes for yourself. Thank you. Yeah. Now, the idea is that you get to pay this forward, that we are spiritually tithing back to you because we here at Unity in Marin are fed by you. We are supported by you on a spiritual level. So where would you like to pass on, there's $20 in every envelope, where would you like to pass that on to where you have been spiritually fed? And I want to tie it into the third vault. Maybe it's somebody who's your third vault person. Do they spiritually nurture you? Do they feed you? Do they, right? So this is what tithing is in Unity. We give where we're spiritually fed because we know that we receive from those that spiritually feed us. All right? So is everyone clear? They're going to be coming around. Take one. Still put your offering in. Still put the spiritual connection card in.
Right, so let's say our offering affirmation together, and you can hold your offering in your hand, or because I give automatically, I just hold it like this. Together. I am the power of abundance, giving and receiving gratefully. The baskets will now come forward, and we are blessed to receive another song from Bejon.
So on this great tune by Ricky Byers, I'd love for you to join me, and I will lead you and guide you on the next verse. So we'll be doing love, compassion, joy, but the first one is I'm choosing heaven today. 1, 2, 2. Right, here we go. I'm choosing heaven today, yes. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love today. That's what I'm choosing. I'm choosing love today. I am walking Choose it. Choose it. Thank you.
That was great. I love a good sing-along. I have to say something. I made a little faux pas. You know, I'm still a little new at being the service assistant, and I'm trying to get everything right, but, you know, it turns out I'm not perfect. I mean, I can strive, but I forgot to acknowledge Sarah Gaspari was our flower arranger today. So Sarah, we love you. I don't see Sarah, but she's amazing. We love Sarah. Okay, right now we have the notice of the celebration of life for Victoria Bloom, who is one of our members here. It's on Tuesday, March 24th. So there's more details, you know, on the website, so you can go online and get the details and do the celebration, you know, celebrate her and her celebration of life. We seem to be losing a lot of people lately. I mean, in my mobile home park where I live over here in Marin Valley, we lost 6 people in the past 2 months. And one was really dear to me. The Community Social Justice Choir, our Social Justice Choir, is going to be performing this Saturday at the No Kings Rally. And I believe it's 10:30, right? Carolyn? Okay.
I'm so sorry, it got changed. We are going to be singing with other singers, resistant singers, in San Rafael at the City Hall Plaza at 12:30, okay? And a small group will still be in Novato. If you can't make the one at 12:30, I know Cindy Hall will be there at 10:30 in Novato by the Whole Foods, okay? So you have options, but if you really want to know, get on the mailing list, register, and then you'll get all of the information, okay? So 10:30 in Novato, 12:30 in San Rafael.
The Social Justice Choir changes on a dime. So really, like, sign up so that you can get the emails, so that you know exactly what's happening. And because the organizers, Indivisible, they get in touch with us the morning of and say, this is where we need you now. So just know that it's not lack of communication on our part. It's just there's a lot of people trying to make this happen. So stay grounded in by making sure that you've registered and you can get the information emailed out to you easily.
I get so many emails about everything that I get confused myself. I do have the 12:30 one on my calendar. But anyway, y'all come wherever you can and sing with us, because it's a call and response thing, so you don't need to already know the songs. Besides, you probably already know a bunch of them from back in the 60s, right? So, Reverend Deanne mentioned about doing flowers on the Saturday the 4th for Easter Sunday. So y'all sign up for that. I'm going to be there to volunteer, and I'm not a flower, I'm not an artist, I'm not an arranger, I'm not anything like that. I prefer to sing than to do all that stuff, but I'm going to be there. Because pizza, right? Not really. I'm not supposed to eat gluten or dairy, but it sure smells good. There's a wonderful workshop coming up that you all should participate in. I know you all can't, but it'd be lovely if you could. And it's affirmative prayer with Reverend Deanne and Reverend Linda Martella Whitsitt. Discover Your Divinity is the book they wrote, and I was going to bring one with me so I could show it to you, and I forgot, but it's in the bookstore. So go to the bookstore. If you don't already have their book, get it, and then participate in this workshop. It's Saturday, April 11th. And go online to register. It's through Eventbrite, and all the details are on the website. So, you know, for anything you want to know, it's all on the website. So go to Unity in Marin. Okay, Unity and Marin prayer chaplains, will you please rise again, because we love you so much? And there are such wonderful beings. I love this part of Unity, our prayer chaplains. They will be around the sides after service, so you may approach them and ask for a prayer, and right after service. Thank you, prayer chaplains. And now we get the kiddies, the kiddos, the children, the lovely younger people. Yay!
Everyone could please rise. We have a blessing that we're going to do for the youth. And we also they have something they want to share with us. The purple one.
Alrighty, so as a sign of spring, we wrote some poems. We walked in the meditation garden and they want to share their poems with you. So first we have Indy. Oh, first Sabina wanted to do, Leah, I'm sorry. Leah first.
The cute lizard is smelling the flowers and catching the mosquitoes. I like to watch the bees buzzing in the garden. I love spring because it is when I have my birthday.
I love it.
Here's Indy.
Oh. The quick little lizard is running in the plants. The flowers are beautiful and bright. I can hear the buzzing black bees circling around the flowers. I can hear the chiming bells in the garden. Signs of spring are all around me.
And Leah's going to read Sabina's. They all illustrated their poems too. All right, this is Sabina.
The sneaky letters is hide. I see a green plant. There's a ding-dong bell in the garden. Yellow bees drink nectar. Rosemary plants smell good. It's spring. Bye.
I love it. So I'm also going to give each one of you a gift. It's a reverse tithe. That one's for you, that one's for you, and that one's for you, and that one's for you. And we're going to open our hearts and we're going to bless the youth that are here, the youth that are in the world, and we're going to know this together. You are the perfect expression of divine light. We love you exactly the way you are. And so it is.
And let's say our prayer for protection.
The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us.
I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is.
And so it is. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
those are the